legends of Christmas. And here are two people on my naughty list, Neil and Chris.
Hello and welcome to Urbane Legends, the 12 Legends of Christmas, where the miniseries where we explore different Christmas legends from around the world, but to be honest, it's Europe. And mainly, I'm Crispin, and that jolly fellow is Mr.
Neil Herbert.
Hi, Neil. How are we getting on?
Well, you know how we're getting on.
Well, I know that you've made a sock puppet that you now speak to rather than speaking to me.
Well, no, I'm using it as a mediator.
Right.
We've established the ground rules. You
didn't say that out loud, but you might have established them in your own mind.
Well, Mr. Twinkles said that, didn't he? Quite clearly.
Mr. Twinkles, was that the mediator?
We know what Mr. Twinkles the mediator is, don't we?
Do we?
I don't know, Mr. Twinkles. Well, apparently we have to have this conversation again, Mr. Twinkles.
Right. And what's Mr. Twinkles here to mediate? Our relationship or living conditions, or
just how we struggle through the sense of claustrophobia and enragement that we.
Well, I mean, it's got a little bit better, I thought, because I moved into the secret Mr. Men assassination room.
Feral cats in a sack together.
Yeah, you caged two alphas together. They're going to cage two stags together. They're going to butt heads, Neil. Is that what you're trying to say?
I mean, if that's how you like to interpret, I'll let you use your own metaphor.
Cage two beaters together, then they're going to try and push each other into a leadership position which they're not comfortable with.
Yeah. No, you make a decision.
They're going to back into there's only so much of a corner they can back into. So, Mr. Twinkles and you, how did you meet?
I feel like you're not taking this mediation process seriously.
Well,
I feel like you're breaking the ground rules on air as well, which I'm not comfortable with. I don't feel like
does look quite funny. He does look quite funny.
You try and be creative with a sock and a pair of googly eyes that you've made out of old dust and semen.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe that's why I don't want too much to do with Mr. Twinkles, eh? The fact that he can stand up, in fact, he's a sock and he can stand up on his own and walk about. Mr. Twinkles, when will you learn?
Let's move on from this.
Let's move on from it, yeah. You took it to an unnecessary place, I think. Maybe you and Mr. Twinkles need to have a little chat about what's appropriate to be podcasting or not.
Maybe we will.
Yeah, maybe you should.
Maybe he's whispering in my ear.
To kill me.
Exploring some other areas.
Oh, Mr. Twinkles, no, I mustn't.
This is about exploring sort of like awful creatures of the night around Christmas time, isn't it? This is what
about you exploring Mr. Twinkle's sexuality, yeah?
Darker regions
a lot of that going on.
Psyche. Yes,
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Well, 9 days in, was bound to.
It was bound,
It was a
little bit worse.
It was tediously inevitable that you'd create
the madness and create a
sort of
character out of my own clothes and bodily fluids.
Yes, well, we also.
So it's happened before; it'll happen again. It's a Taylor's oldest time.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
so what are you and Mr. Twinkles talking about today?
Well, we're talking about the Befana.
Befana.
Yeah.
Like the Befana, which is the nickname of the South African football team.
Nope,
not that.
A piece of Italian folklore.
Oh.
The Befana is an old woman who delivers gifts to children throughout Italy on Epiphany Eve, the night of January the 5th. If we thought about this, we probably would have lined it up with Epiphany, but never mind.
Fuck it.
Fuck it, yeah. Okay.
Oh, beyond caring.
Get what you pay for, listener.
Yeah, which is nothing.
So in a similar way to Santa Claus or the three Magi kings.
Okay.
Or three wise men, as they're often known in this corner of the woods.
Yeah.
This neck of the estate.
Yeah, the gold, frankincense and myrrh.
Indeed.
I've got frankincense.
Traditionally the gifts that they doled out.
Yeah, I've got
Not really what you want to take to a baby, I'll be honest with you. Maybe some
Yeah.
wet wipes and some talcum powder would have been a bit more appropriate, but...
Yeah, could have got him like one of those...
I mean, gold, good for his future, I suppose.
Yeah, gold's fine. Yeah, stick it into his college
stick it into
fund.
his account. You know, when he goes to university, he'll be glad of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe in the golden rule, the man with the gold rules. That's what Mr T said. I've got frankincense incense sticks, which I sometimes use. That's very...
Yeah, I believe myrrh's quite used in perfumes and things.
Yeah.
Traditional scent, yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. Frankincense, nice, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
I think incense and stuff was more valuable in the past because, you know, it didn't have sewage and stuff.
No, it was probably rarer to get out these things. I mean, basically, like equivalent to setting up with a can of Lynx Africa and like 50 quid, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Lynx
Africa.
Africa.
A lottery ticket. That's glamorous when you think of it like that. But
yeah, just stuff you got in a petrol station.
Yeah.
Got you some windscreen wiper fluid, a Lion bar, and
he'll like that with his teething.
And a pine scented car air freshener.
It'll make his cot smell nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, lovely. Pine.
All little children like this.
The smell of pine.
Fresh smell of chemical pine type.
Yeah, they do. Put it under their pillow. Pop it under their tongue if they're teething.
Polyethylene glycol 38 mixed with additive 335.
Mixed with paraffin.
Yeah.
Paraffin smells nice. That's good. I used to like that smell when I was a kid.
Did you?
Paraffin, yeah. Because I used to live in a very kind of old 1970, like a house that hadn't been updated since it was built in like the 30s. It didn't have central heating or anything. They had one electric fire, which was one of those...
Paraffin oil things. Yeah.
No, the electric one was a 70s style one, which had
the bars.
Bar fire, but it had like the plastic moulded logs at the front to try and
very realistic.
Try to recreate the country life, I guess.
Yeah. Almost like I'm sitting in front of a roaring log fire.
But we had like a couple of we had a coal fire in the kitchen. Right, it was proper old school. We had like a couple of the paraffin heaters, which would move around the house depending what room people were in. So used to go up the hardware store and get paraffin for the heaters. It smelled really nice, paraffin.
Then one day you met Mr Scrooge and he made you put the gloss in the brushes.
Well, I think that's probably where I got my love for huffing tractor fuel, to be honest. Yeah. Can't do that anymore, can you? EC Brigade.
Thanks to the EU. Oh no, wait, we got out of that, didn't we? Thanks to red tape that Jeremy Corbyn brought in. Who we blaming these days for our own competency?
It's hardly any solvent abuse these days. Back in the 80s, it was everywhere.
Yeah.
Kids don't know they're born. What do they want now? Don't know, fentanyl.
Do you know a kid at school called Barry? I think he was a class below me, but it was heavily rumoured that he used to indulge in a bit of solvent abuse.
Well, you could just put it on.
Once found wandering his own street, not knowing how to get home.
You could. People used to because pretty much everything, like all glue and stuff, was like abusable back in the day.
Super glue, shove it in some packet of crisps, and go and have a nice little huff.
Or you can just put it on your jumper sleeve and huff that.
I assume that you want to get the solvents.
Yeah, I know, but in a pinch.
Yeah, I suppose.
If you want some during your lesson.
Oh yeah, that's true. Or if you learn from Beverly Hills Cop, you can put it into a tank and make fingerprints happen. Super glue with the solvents.
Yeah, you can break
the oils on the fingers. That's the kind of thing a streetwise Chicago cop knows, Chris.
Well, Neil,
unlike these fusty Beverly Hills types, can only do it when they've got their overpriced fingerprint equipment. Or what happens when you run out of dust? Don't know what to do you? This is much more expensive super glue instead.
Well, they say you can break a laser alarm system by using chewing gum, can't you? Because of the foil packet will reflect it, so it doesn't feel like the laser's broken. How do I know that, Neil? Because it wasn't always a cup.
Yeah,
that's as he says in Beverly Hills Cop when he does it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there we go. Beverly Hills Cop stuff there. Is it a Christmas movie? I've had that argument enough times.
I can't remember whether that one is or not.
No, of course it's. Right. I was merely joking about the Die Hards.
Oh, right, scenario. Well, Trading Places is a Christmas movie, isn't it? So that's another fine Eddie Murphy one from around the same period.
Mm-hmm.
Has some, has a few problematic jokes in it these days, but it still holds up fairly well, I would say.
Well, different times.
Depends on your tolerance for these kind of things, I guess. But
different times.
Well, different times, etc. Right, better before we get into more trouble, better get onto the Befana, don't we?
Yeah.
So, popular belief is her name derives from the Feast of Epiphany, which in Italian, and I'm not going to make any sense of this, is the Festa dell'Epifania.
The Festival of the Epiphany.
Yeah.
Even I can translate that.
Festa della Epifana. Something like that. I was just saying I wouldn't be able to...
do the Italian
justice. Anyway. In popular folklore, the Befana visits all of the children of Italy on the eve of the Feast of the Epiphany to fill their socks with candy and presents if they're good.
If they're good. Always remember.
Or a lump of coal or dark candy if they're bad.
Dark candy.
Well, there you go. She's not beating them, which is a bit different. Yeah, well, that's true. She also used to like to skin the children.
She skinned them. She brought cheese graters on their genitals.
If they told lies, she would slice their tongues. No, none of that is the case.
Well, always coal. But coal was a useful commodity, wasn't it?
I was going to say, Scrooge would have been like, well, thank you very much. I would rather have the coal than a sweet.
Yes, a sweet
won't keep me warm. This can be used to heat the house.
This can be used for my hearth.
Yeah, whereas those are empty calories. He's a man ahead of his time in many ways, wasn't he? Very practical.
He's very much get up and grind.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah. What?
You got to get on your grind. No.
Fuck off.
Fuck off. What are you talking about?
What do you grind for the pair of us? So you just say keen on the grind. How about
that? I mean, like, the more you...
That's how good you are.
You don't get paid more for getting up and grinding. You get paid the same. That's how capitalism works. You should get up and do as least grinding for the most amount possible. That's my attitude.
You're obviously one of these, what do they call it?
Soy boy cuck.
Yeah, we've established that thoroughly over the last few weeks and days and months. No, there was what's this new alleged phenomenon where people are basically kind of working to rule or whatever. Work to rule is what they used to call it back in my day. But no, they call it. I can't remember what they're calling it now. It's I don't know.
What does it? What's the outline?
Effectively, it's people who are putting in no more effort than they have to, but they're calling it something like low-key quitting or something like that. I can't remember.
No, I don't do that. I do the work which is expected of me on time and to a good quality. That's fine. Like, I'm not getting up and grinding. I'm just doing my job. I produce what's asked of me, and there we go. Like, I'm not going to then take on loads of extra for no extra money. Do you know what I mean? Why would you do that? It's crazy.
Because that's the kind of hustle that gets you the extra money, Chris.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to get promoted.
The habit and the prestige.
I'm perfectly comfortable. I don't want a promotion.
Yeah, that's your problem.
I don't want it. Like the responsibility to life balance would be all out then. Nah.
That's why you'll never be king of the hill.
Oh, king of the hill?
Yeah.
What hill?
Glastonbury Tor. You can imagine.
Glastonbury Tor then.
Imagine a pretty big one.
Well, is it bigger than Glastonbury Tor?
Himalayas.
That's not a hill, that's a mountain range.
Yeah.
What, so you're claiming that mountains are hills now, are you?
Yeah.
I thought that...
If you've got an alpha enough perspective, Chris, the Himalayas are basically just like flatlands.
Many hills, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've bestride them like a colossus that I am. They're like the flats of Idaho to me.
Oh, wow. Do you know what? Like, you're really turning me around on this grind theorem that you put.
I see your elbow already going towards the grindstone.
My nose is going towards the grindstone.
And your nose also, yeah.
My elbow's going towards the grease.
Yeah.
My back's going towards the wheel.
This is good to know.
My foot's going towards the screwdriver. My arse is going towards the swing. These are all true things, aren't they?
Yeah, I imagine so. I'll let you have your head and see what came of it.
Yeah, just say some stuff.
Not a lot, as it turns out.
Not a lot. Not a lot, Neil. It's not a lot going on.
It's not like I had anything to fill the time with, so...
No, it's fine. Just let me go off.
We'll consider that a draw. Right.
Well, I'll consider it a victory.
Dark candy, if they're bad. In many poorer parts of Italy, and in particular rural Sicily, a stick in a stocking was placed instead of coal. So there you go, you see.
Yeah.
You know, the rich kids got some coal.
Yeah, up in Milan.
It's Sicilian. No wonder they fucking invented the mafia. Oh, fuck this.
Yeah.
Can't even get a lump of coal where I am.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean,
they got the stick, and I bet they were told to beat themselves with it.
I don't know how much. I mean, Sicily's quite warm most of the year round, though, isn't it? So I don't know how much coal you'd need.
Cold at nights, perhaps.
Well, that's why you get under your blankets.
No, they haven't got a blanket.
I haven't got a blanket.
Bundle of sticks.
Stick blanket.
Yeah.
Terrible.
You can call that a blanket.
That's where the Venetian blind was developed from.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true, isn't it? The Venetians came in, stole it, saw the potential.
Venetians came down their canals.
Yeah.
Sailing all the way down to Sicily. Snooty little fuck going, oh, what's that? I believe I'll have some of that for myself.
Yeah, I'll have that. No reason.
Never you mind.
You wouldn't understand anyway.
To the ball.
To the ball. To the masked ball.
I hear the Doge. There's a lovely piece going on this year.
I do hope Casanova turns up.
He is a one.
He's a wild man. He doesn't mind where he puts it, if you'll catch my drift.
As long as it's somewhere.
As long as it's warm. Warm and welcoming. This all part of the story?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Might as well be. So being a good housekeeper, many say she will sweep the floor before she leaves. So that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it?
You know.
Yeah.
Gives the kids what is appropriate to their level of goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Again, don't know who's doling out the morality here. I don't know who's deciding on what's right and wrong, but there you go.
No, I think we just need to just drop wondering about that, really, because it seems arbitrary.
We're never going to get a statutory conclusion. It's just not going to be transparent. You know, but there you go.
No matter how much we petition, we will not get an answer.
The facts are never going to come out. So, but at least she cleans up before she leaves.
Yeah.
For some, the sweeping meant the sweeping away of the problems of the year.
That's good.
I mean, possibly over-reading into the metaphor. I think she was just having a clean up. And she washed the dishes.
I'm hoovering up discrimination.
Yeah, I mean, what? Take of it what you will, I suppose.
I'm washing my dishes to wash away the hunger of the poor.
To symbolise the empty plates that they have.
To symbolise the empty plates. And a bright new tomorrow of a clean plate. A clean plate for humanity, Neil. A clean plate, a clean slate.
Well, very much so.
To put on a delicious meal of harmony and peace.
Yes.
Broccoli, chicken, mash.
Anytime now.
Anytime.
Soon as that costs no money, political will, effort, votes,
power, any redistribution of power.
Oh yeah. Then we'll be right on it.
And we'll cover it with the gravy of equality.
Yes. Again, as long as that costs none of all of the above.
Mm-hmm.
So the child's family typically leaves a small glass of wine and a plate with a few morsels of food, often regional or local, for the Befana.
Oh, nice and gnocchi.
That'd be all right, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I love a bit of gnocchi.
Or maybe some sort of like cured meats. One of them lovely ones there in Italy.
Cured meats, yeah. Some nice pesto.
Yeah.
Fresh pesto made with actual leaves.
Pine nuts and basil and all sorts. Lovely bit of cheese. Don't know why I'm just describing a recipe for pesto there, but there we go. Some oil as well, I believe, is involved. Seem to put oil in pesto. Yeah, of course you do.
Olive oil. Yeah, olive oil. I've made it fresh before, but the amount of...
I can't be asked.
So basil, if you go to Italy, you go to a market, they sell big,
huge chunks,
things of basil for like €1 or whatever. Whereas in England, you can get like tiny bits of basil for about 15 quid. So it's really not cost effective to make your own pesto.
No, it really isn't. Well, the thing is, if you grow it,
I did.
You say, you buy it from
so I had one of those pesto plants, like you can get in supermarkets. Yeah,
because they'll grow.
But you basically you strip the whole plant to make like enough pesto for like one bowl. It's like it's kind of.
I buy it for like £2 from Sainsbury's.
Well, I'd buy it for 50p from Lidl.
Oh yeah, from Lidl, yeah. Well, I generally trying to get one of those. Well, actually, no. I mean, even the own brand stuff tastes pretty good. To be fair,
it's got like 3 ingredients. It's not. It's really difficult to fuck up pesto.
Well, no, it's the quality of the olive oil and the basil.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. I'll have mine made with Oakley's and motor oil. It's fine, absolutely fine. Put enough cheddar on it. Bit of ketchup, be fine.
Bit of brown sauce,
bit of HP, dollop of mayo. Absolutely fine. Just like the Italians like it.
Start up that pesto. Beautiful.
Mm.
Oh, you've got this. Watch these some of these YouTube videos. It's all just about basically there's a guy with an Italian wife. She's like, "You're doing it wrong." You know, like any American attempt at doing Italian food, like, still, what's the point? I mean, fair enough, but
they call spaghetti noodles, don't they?
Well, I mean that's fair enough.
What's your favourite type of pasta?
I would probably go with those little Latin shells. It's not macaroni. What's
concello?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I like concello.
You can mix with some sort of meat or vegetable sauce.
Yeah, concello's good. What's your least favourite? Mine's fusilli.
Yeah, do you know, I'm actually not a huge fan of spaghetti.
Oh, what, proper long spaghetti?
Yeah, I
love it with a bolognese.
I prefer actually tagliatelle.
Yeah, but
similar, a bit less fatty for me.
Yeah, you can with tagliatelle. I kind of tend to have that with a fish style dish, but not. I wouldn't have tagliatelle with a bolognese necessarily.
Yeah, I don't know. I quite like that.
Oh, there we go. Anyway, back to the story now.
Yeah, back to the story.
Is there not much of this one?
Actually, there's a lot of words. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Right. Well, let's try and power through the legend first.
Power.
So she's usually portrayed as a hag riding a broomstick, wearing a black shawl and covered in soot.
Oh, like a witch.
Yes. She enters the children's houses through the chimney. She's often smiling and carries a bag or hamper filled with candies, gifts, or both. So
she's a good witch.
Exactly, yeah. So she's a Christmas witch, basically, I believe they call her. Because I think this goes back pre the whole Christmas and indeed the whole Christianity thing. I think this is probably like a pagan thing, like a witch would go around and visit houses and give people things at sort of Yuletide or whatever.
Yeah, it could be.
Very much like a certain St. Nicholas, isn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything where she's been roaming around with a gang of ne'er-do-wells. Yeah.
With a firm.
Yeah. Just enforcing all around.
Yeah.
Do you reckon there used to be rival gangs of people going around like gift giving and stuff like that, and St. Nicholas just got them all taken out?
Yeah, probably. Makes sense.
Bit of shame if you were getting presents from the Befana as well as me on Epiphany. Wouldn't like that. That'd be naughty in my book. Nah,
have you met?
Nothing I'd do about it.
Have you met my friend?
Certain of my friends might take exception to this. That would be a shame, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it does seem very much like that's probably what's happened.
Yeah. He's run all the other gangs out of town, hasn't he?
Well, they've all
gone to the market.
They're all sleeping at the bottom of the Mother Thames.
So we'll tell you what is that, and they've got the elves doing it all for free.
Yeah,
I don't know. They think they're doing something charitable.
Nah,
it's got Christmas sewn up.
Yeah, that's right, charity.
Yeah.
You don't want to end up down the bottom of old Mother Thames, do you?
The males want to unionise, I tell you what.
Oh, no way. Poor unions are evil.
That's true. It's like enough for workers' rights, I dare they. So, Christian legend had it that Befana was approached by the biblical Magi, also known as the three wise men, three kings, etc., a few days before the birth of the infant Jesus. They asked for directions to where the Son of God was, as they'd seen his star in the sky, but she didn't know.
Oh, no.
She just put on a shelter for the night, which is nice, as she was considered the best housekeeper in the village, with the most pleasant home.
So the Christians have basically taken this pagan thing and shoved it into the nativity.
We'll just shove this into one of our stories. You know, it's a bit like, you see with all of these, let's make another Star Wars movie or another Marvel movie or something like that and just find a way to shoehorn in something that you've already referred to. Or whatever.
The nativity universe.
Yeah. It was very much the franchise of its day, wasn't it?
It was very much so,
yeah.
Yeah.
The first successful collection of stories. People took it far too seriously. You couldn't escape. Anyway, she puts them up. Got a nice gaff. They're like, well, fair enough. Do you want to come and find a baby with us?
Nah, I'm all right, thanks.
She said, I'm a bit busy with my housework. Keep a nice gaff. But she's clearly fine. Well, no, I don't want to go off on a random trip to find a baby.
With three strange men across the desert.
The three allegedly wise men. Both a creepy and weird mission going on here.
Right, so you want me, a woman, to come with you three blokes who I've just met, across the desert to find what? A baby, right? Do you know what? I'd love to, but I've got to clean the hearth out and stuff. Yeah.
These shells don't dust themselves. But then she had a change of heart and tried to search out the astrologers and Jesus. But that night she wasn't able to find them. So to this day, she's searching for the little baby. And she leaves all the good children toys and candy, or fruit, while the bad children get coal and dark candy, etc., etc. Or onions and garlic.
I don't like the onions, but I'll take some garlic.
Yeah.
So she's still looking for... I mean, hasn't anyone thought to tell her that it was crucified 2,000 years ago?
Awkward story, this. But it's all right. It turns out all right in the end. Because it turns out, another Christian legend takes a slightly darker tone, as she was an ordinary woman with a child whom she greatly loved. However, her child died, and her resulting grief maddened her. Upon hearing news of Jesus being born, she set out to see him, delusional that he was her son.
She's going to try and snatch Jesus.
Yeah, this is all the makings of a problematic 80s comedy right now. Wacky adventures. She eventually met Jesus and presented him with gifts to make him happy. The infant Jesus was delighted, and he gave Befana a gift in return. She would be the mother of every child in Italy. So he's been bought off there, really. Baby Jesus. That's a bit normal. Yeah, well, I didn't think he was that corruptible.
Cash for peerages, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's a scandal.
Yeah, and so he made her.
I'm sure there were much better candidates for mother of all little than any random witch that turns up and gives you
than someone who's mad and whose actual ultimate goal is to snatch you.
Yeah, just doling out. Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So, popular tradition tells if Befana spots that someone sees her, they will receive a playful thump on the shoulder from her broomstick. Yeah, no, I imagine playful. It's very much in inverted commas there. The aspect of the tradition may be designed to keep children in their beds. No, fair enough. Another commonly heard Christian legend of Befana starts at the time of birth of baby Jesus. In this telling, she spent her days cleaning and sweeping. One day, the Magi came to her door in search of the baby Jesus.
Not in Italy. They were well off track.
Yeah, I don't know what they were playing at. I mean, no wonder it took them so long to find him.
The problem is that they didn't realise that stars actually process across the sky during the evening. So they really shit astrologers.
She turned them away because she was busy cleaning, and then she felt guilty. Again, decided to find Jesus on her own. Followed a bright light in the sky, which she believed pointed the way. Had a bag of baked goods and gifts for Jesus, and a broom to help keep the new mother clean.
What, just sweeping Mary in the face and stuff, keep her clean?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Unfortunately, despite her best efforts, never finds him, but she's still searching all these centuries later for the newborn Messiah. And again, comes to every house, leaves gifts, etc., etc. Yeah. So basically, so far, she's very much like Santa Claus, but the Italian version. And,
Santa wasn't trying to find Jesus, was he?
No, but going to every house in the world and leaving gifts.
Yeah.
Is Jesus here? No. Died 2,000 years ago. Well, okay.
Sorry
to good or bad.
He's not here, and he wasn't here last year, and he wasn't here the year before, and he wasn't here the year before.
Yeah, by that point, they're figuring out they can get free gifts for their kids. They're like, well,
maybe he's here. Maybe you should come and have a look.
Why don't you come back round next year? I'll let you know if I've got any more information. Yeah,
yeah, but
bring this poor woman along.
It's going to cost you. Yeah, no. Do you know anything about Jesus? Maybe I do. Maybe I don't.
If those gifts were a little bit nicer, maybe my memory would be a bit better.
It's like the shoe shine guy in Police Squad. Yeah. I remember a lot So she's kind of like, oh, sorry. Well, sorry to have bothered you. Here, have some cakes or sweets. There you go.
Or if kids haven't been good, then you
do you know
onions or some coal.
Jesus is your neighbour? Oh, I don't know. I'm afraid you'll have to go and ask. Bang, bang, bang.
I mean,
hi, is Jesus here? Oh, I don't remember.
South American communities, wouldn't she? Oh, yeah, Jesus. Yeah, what, next door?
Or Spain, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just looking now at the history. Yeah, so it was a widespread tradition among the Italian people originating in Rome, like way back when.
Yeah.
Again, some people think it comes from Epiphany.
Is that a historically accurate term?
Well, no, it seems to contradict itself because some people are saying it comes from Epiphany. Others think it's a relic of pagan worship.
I think that sounds more likely.
I think it probably was a pagan myth before and then got sort of amalgamated in, as so many of these things do. And yeah, kind of. And then, okay, so let's get to the Befana today. Then the history is pretty much repeating what we've already said, but with just a few more academics pitching in. Celebrated through all of Italy. Has become a national icon. So they obviously make a lot of
like Berlusconi.
Oh yeah, can't keep him down. Because they can't keep a good man down, but yeah. Yeah. Anyway, they enjoy Epiphany in Italy, and yeah.
Do people dress up as her, parade through the streets?
Look, I'm not seeing any of that. So traditionally, all children may expect to find a lump of coal in their stockings, which is actually rock candy made black with caramel colouring. As every child has been at least occasionally a bit bad during the year.
Yeah, especially Italian kids.
I knew you were going to say that.
Little princes running around screaming. Ugh. I'm allowed to say it now. I'm 10% Italian genetically.
Fair enough. Yeah, you can also write to a Vera mailbox. So again,
Santa vibes.
It's very much
the Epiphany Santa,
similar to Santa, basically, but the Italian version before Santa existed. So there you go.
There we go.
Typical. Ladies come up with a concept, worked it all out, and then some guys come along and just copied it and taken all the credit.
Yeah.
So let me leave you with a poem about Befana. I'm going to do the English rather than attempting the Italian. Can
you do it in a posh English accent for me? Like all poets are posh, aren't they?
Here comes the Befana. She comes from the mountains in the deep of the night. Look how tired she is, all wrapped up in snow and frost and north wind. Here comes the Befana.
Beautiful.
Something.
Well, and we'll leave you with that for today. I'm sure you're all weeping at home at the beauty of the reading. So we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Ho, ho, ho. See you tomorrow. Remember, don't drink and drive. Ho, 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 ho.